Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to Rassle Rock with Rick Connor.
What the F was that entire freaking promo about?
Mark Hallbacher.
She's like the James Ellsworth of women.
And Corey Castle.
I look like Paul London and Brian Kendrick mixed.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Rassle Rock. Thank you guys very much for joining us. We are back once again to talk about that thing that we love so much that is called wrestling. We love it and we hate it so very, very much.
As of last episode, it was just a complaint fest.
Yeah. Yeah, last week we got really, really negative, but I mean, it was, Monday Night Raw. That's what you do. It's never really good. Raw was going through this phase for a while where like one episode would be good, the next episode would be bad, then it'd be back to being good, and now it just seems to be bad pretty much exclusively.
Yeah, we talked about it. We talked about it peaked at the first segment with AJ Styles and Almost versus like New Day, and just steadily went down.
Well, I heard. I didn't think I watched all of it, but I think that I heard there was only like 55 minutes of actual in-ring wrestling. Everything was a segment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Everything was a segment.
It was just segment after segment after segment, and none of them were enjoyable.
How many gosh dang segments do wrestling fans need? They're watching a show about wrestling. It's just a show about wrestling where there's no wrestling in it.
And there's only so many times Alexa Bliss can talk about her doll and not do anything. For almost like 17 minutes, it feels like, when she's on the screen.
Yeah, as much as I was a big fan of The Fiend when he was doing his thing with the Firefly Funhouse, and then, even at WrestleMania with the big Jack in the Box and everything, that was really cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell this Alexa Bliss thing even is. Until it starts happening in the ring, I'm going to try and shut up about it, but it needs to start happening soon because there's only so many ways I can be creeped out by a little doll going, right, and then that's it.
Does it have actual human teeth on it? Is that what those are supposed to be?
I thought they were just like sequins.
like a little beads as teeth. Like, oh, these were my necklace beads, and I put them on a puppet.
Well, as bad as Monday Night Raw was, SmackDown was really, really cool, I thought. It didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go because it was one of those throwback shows that they, the old school shows that they do.
Oh, dude, it was kind of like this. That was pretty awesome. Good job. The SmackDown fist, like they only showed it on the AR thing, so I was like, that's kind of a lame one, but. It's kind of a lame way to do it, but I mean, setting it up for the Thunderdome wouldn't have been all that smirt anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? They're going to dust off a 2-story fist and just bring it back?
It would have been something if they would have had like Kevin Owens or somebody jump off of it, but I don't think anybody even jumped off of it when it was an actual thing.
No, only on the video games.
No. Yeah, it was only on the video game, so I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Just to bring that up in front of no fans, it would have been kind of a waste. Yeah. But at least they made a reference to it, so that was kind of cool. It was just a little throwback for the people who always wanted the SmackDown fist to come back. And I enjoyed the old school blue referee shirts. That was kind of fun. The old logo. Teddy Long coming back was really neat. Teddy Long is like a one-trick pony at this point, just coming out and doing the.
He called King Corbin King Booker, and then he's like, King Corbin. Then sure,
interchangeable. They're interchangeable. All being said, like it was pointless, but that 10-man tag was really good. I thought. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I wasn't crazy about the finish. They dusted off Shinsuke Nakamura just to have him lose to Baron Corbin, which kind of sucked. I was sitting there going, yeah, man, Shinsuke is like so underrated, and he's back on television, and then he's the one that does the job to Baron Corbin of all people.
And it makes no sense because him and Cesaro were a tag team. and they're supposed to be, they were tight. And then you think with Cesaro having all this with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and all these people coming at him, you think like they can make a spin-off story with like maybe Shinsuke like branching off into Seth Rollins while Cesaro fights for the title or something. Instead, he loses to Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the most protected moves in all wrestling at the end of days.
I mean, it's a sweet looking move, man. It's as much as I think, Baron Corbin is boring as hell. That move is awesome. And I'm surprised, you don't see that more often with like on the indies or something, people trying to steal that move.
What would be interesting if they gave Baron Corbin like a turtle gimmick, because he moves all turtly. He's like, oh, yeah. Baron Corbin the turtle, King Turtle Corbin.
You know what though? I respect him because he's a heel that's over as a heel.
Yeah.
The one thing about it is like no one likes him.
Yeah.
And he's also a heel to other heels, which I like too. So like, I mean, he's not the best wrestler, but when it comes down to his character, he's dead on. Like he's really good at that. I mean, his wrestling, like it's always up and down. I'll have one really solid match, and the next match, like Corey says, he's just lumbering around the ring, and then he does one move, and the match is over.
Yeah,
he's very inconsistent.
I don't have any complaints about his wrestling. I think he does a good job. I think he just sometimes the same thing with the Cena Cell, the up and down thing. He's like that with his pace in a match. It's like, ah! And then it's like,
yeah,
all right. End of days. Black hole slam.
Yeah.
And then I'll come. Then you throw me off out, and I'll go in the corner, and I'll fly back in, and I'll come right at you, and then I'll hit you with it.
Yeah, he does do that.
Right.
He does that one hyper move where he like flies out the ring, all the way around the ring post, and like it's like a really cool move, and then right back into lumbering around in the ring after that. It's like he's only explosive for like 3 seconds.
And like people go to pick him up for stuff, and like you can see his like legs are like bricks, like they're made of concrete, like they're always like dragging on the ground. Like he can't get up for anybody's moves because he's too big. So he's like, good, muscle me up for that move. Like it seems like people are kind of breaking their backs a little bit to try to hold him up for things.
It reminds me of Darkness Crabtree in Chikara, how they would go to whip him off because he's like the oldest wrestler in the world. He's like 96 years old, so you go to whip him off, and he just kind of walks across to the other turnbuckle, and he slams back, ouch, and then he stands there. It's very funny stuff. But yeah, give him that gimmick. Give him the oldest wrestler in the world gimmick. Just paint it up to look like an old guy. Baron Corbin went through a time machine and is now 97 years old.
Time machine.
Why not? Honestly, is it any weirder than what else is going on?
Didn't Fandango do that? Didn't they come out as old ladies for one of their matches?
I think they did. Yeah.
I miss those guys. They were great. Dude, when they did the janitor gimmicks and wrestled the Usos, I laughed so hard when Tyler kept rolling out of the way when they were trying to splash him, and he'd roll back. And everybody's, I forget, I think it was like probably was a Figure 4 online. They were like complaining about it. I was like, dude, that was fun. Like you guys would suck. Meanwhile, like Jungle Boy will do something that's not even half funny, and I'll praise about how great he is because it's AEW.
Can I one more time? I'm going to say on this podcast, the AEW fans need to relax.
Oh,
like it's ridiculous. It's like I was watching Blood and Guts, right? Did you guys watch Blood and Guts?
I only got to see the clips. I worked,
and I tweeted something like, "Hey, can we call the Blood and Guts? Can we call it Blood and Butts just for giggles?" It has no reflection on what they're doing in the match. Like it's Blood and Butts, right? That's the dumb joke, right? Not even a and then someone who's an AEW fan was like, "Hey, you better put respect on it. What they're doing in that ring right now." Do you think I've never done what they're doing? Do you think I have no respect for what they're doing in the ring? Peep the profile, you dingbat.
Well, not only that, you want to talk about taking it easy. So you had the finale of AEW, which I did get to see. I don't mind a finale. I just think it's really bad for the first ever War Games to have a finale like that. Like, I really think someone should have been finished in the ring. I don't care about the fall. Like, I don't care what people say. They threw a 50-year-old man off the ring and he fell through like a crash pad and everybody cried. They were actually getting their money back. People wanted their money back after that match. Really? So AEW was handing money back to ticket holders.
The getting money back thing had more to do with the fact that they bought tickets to see a taping where they were only showing the matches. The only match that they got to see live was the Blood and Guts match, and they were watching on the screen the rest of the show. That's why the people were getting.
I heard a lot of people lost their minds over the whole Jericho going through the crash pad. It's like, what was he supposed to do? Like,
well, like I thought it was corny. Wrestling's corny sometimes. That's just what it is. But like, MJF was up on the ramp and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to throw him off here if one of you guys doesn't surrender." And then Sammy Guevara was like, "I surrender! Don't throw him off! I surrender! Okay, we've won the match. I'm throwing him off." And it was like, that was a pretty whack payday or payoff, you know?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you have something like War Games. Like, I really think you need a finish.
Like of all the things that these men have put themselves through in this match already, they're like, most of them are bleeding. Most of them have taken some pretty major bumps. Many of them have done some pretty major moves. And then they're like, "I surrender!" Wait, did we say that surrendering in a cage match was ever a thing? Like, besides on the commentary on this, it's like pinfall or surrender. No one
submission or surrender. They didn't even have a pinfall set up for the match, which made no sense. It's like, why wouldn't you set that? What, you want to be that? You have to have one difference from War Games is you can't pin people, and it's just like you just eliminated like how many like finishes by doing that.
Why would you get yourself in a cage match, a double ring cage match, if you were the type of person who would surrender? Like, that takes the like legitimacy out of it. It's like, no MMA guys are like, yeah, well, like, you know, sometimes if I get in a submission hold, I have to like tap out because I like am preventing myself from being injured. But like, you know what? I surrender. You know, you got this.
I'm not taking away from the match. The match was good.
Yeah,
like, it was actually a really good match. It was just.
Well, I don't want to crap on it because then fans will think that I don't respect the business or something.
I mean, it's why not? If it's only like submissions or surrender, like why not have that be like the tagline of the match, like Blood and Guts match, submissions only. You know, like you can only win by submission. Like it's one sentence of rules. You know, why not? Mm-hmm. It seems very, very lazy that you wouldn't put that as a rule and you wouldn't hammer that point home. I don't know, but regardless, the match was pretty good from what I'm hearing. I didn't see any of it. But
when you look at it, out of the 8 men, I think only 2 of them have submission finishers, right? You have
the Walls of Jericho,
and the ankle lock, and that's it. Like, who else has submission finishers out of that whole group?
Right, it's like putting Austin in an I Quit match.
Yeah,
but like. I'm gonna say this, and I'm just saying it to you guys. Everybody else, put earmuffs. Don't listen. I'm just saying. No, Rick, you got to listen to me.
Oh, I'm one of the 2 guys. Okay.
You're one of the 2 guys. I'm saying it to. Sammy Guevara.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, he's like if Dominic Mysterio had 0 talent, that'd be Sammy Guevara.
Damn.
Wow.
Like, he seems untrained. And like a boy, like a child, not a pro wrestler who should be in a main event, blood and guts match.
I still think he's turning on Jericho. I think that surrender is the first wave of him turning on Jericho. The first like couple steps. Cool. I think he's going to be like a surprise turn.
I feel like Sammy Guevara is the word fetch in Mean Girls.
Stop trying to make Sammy Guevara a thing. I don't know. I remember seeing a match, a singles match. I forget who it was, but I remember him being okay.
I saw him with Skip Sabian, which was pretty good.
Maybe it was Skip Sabian that I'm thinking of. But I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things where like he could have been great on the indies, but not so great to put him up to like any kind of main company.
Well, at least he's not wearing the panda head anymore. Mm-hmm. He's coming to the ring with a giant panda head on his head.
Yeah,
like a hat.
Never made any damn sense.
I don't know. Maybe it was his luchador name. I don't know. Or something.
Panda head.
Skinny panda in Spanish.
Skinny panda in Spanish.
Well, one thing that was really cool that happened this week, we finally got the return of Jimmy Uso. He's back. He showed up on SmackDown last Friday. I almost said last night. But, yeah, man, I'm glad to see him back. It looks like he's sticking with his brother, but maybe not so much Roman Reigns. They have, like, this big united front against Cesaro right now. Cesaro's taking on Roman Reigns at the pay-per-view at WrestleMania Backlash, which is next Sunday. And after that, who knows, man? I mean, I as much as I would love it to happen, I don't think Cesaro's winning the title. So after that happens, I don't know. These two, Jimmy Uso and the Roman clan, whatever you want to call it, the Samoan regime, might be a little bit of feud going on there. We might be seeing Roman Reigns versus Jimmy Uso. What do you guys think?
I think it's cool as hell. I think it's super cool. I really like the whole thing when he was like, "You ain't gonna be talking to me any type of way you want to be talking to me." I love that when he was like, "I ain't your bitch, man."
Yeah.
I liked all that. I think that it might do something where it like costs Roman the title against Cesaro. I really hope that that's not. I don't think that it would be best for them to like have Cesaro not win it clean, but I do kind of feel like Cesaro might get it.
I don't know. I think it's more like it. I think this is going to continue with Seth. I think Cesaro is going to get his title shot, and then Seth's going to do something to mess that up, and then it's going to go right back into Cesaro versus Seth by SummerSlam. I just don't know who to like. Do you have the Usos feud with Roman after this, or what, man? Like, everything's up in the air because D-Bry's gone, and like they just lost their top babyface, and nobody knows where he's doing yet.
No,
like,
that's weird. That's
they might
really
put him
weird.
on. I thought they were going to put him on Raw or something, but
they haven't yet. I mean, it's still a possibility, but. I don't know, man. He was talking a lot about New Japan for a while there. He was talking, people are saying it would be great if he showed up in NXT. He might just be taking some time off. He just might be like, you know what, I'm just going to chill at home.
Did his wife have the second kid yet, or she's about to?
I don't know.
So I wouldn't doubt if he's taking time off, but I think he's also trying to leverage money. Mm-hmm. So he can throw names out, New Japan, whatever, and then go to WWE and basically, you think this is probably his retirement run, whatever he signs. Mm-hmm. So he's going to get a payday. I wouldn't doubt to see him in WWE again, but I would like to see him maybe, since he's a free agent, he didn't have a non-compete, maybe he could just bounce to a couple shows and then go back to WWE.
Maybe. I don't know, man. It'd be really cool. I'd hate to see it if he just showed up in like AEW and he's like, "Yeah, I'll do this for a year and then I'm retiring." Like, guys have done that before.
It's
like Ric Flair when Ric Flair had that big retirement match with Shawn Michaels,
and then went to TNA.
Then he shows up in Impact of all places or TNA of all places, and then no one remembers a single match that he had. And Flair came back years later and was like, "Yeah, sorry, I regret everything."
He went to TNA and like gigged from a sneeze. He'd be like, "Oh, geez, I'm bleeding all over the place." Like, and anything at all. He was bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, it's the old quarterback analogy. You get a quarterback that gets up there in age, and the team wants to let him go. He's like, "Oh, I still got it left," and then he goes to another team and loses for 2 seasons and never retires the way he should. Just disappears, unless you're Tom Brady and you just keep winning.
That's what this show's been lacking. More football talk.
No, stop.
It was a reference that I understood.
I know.
I got it. And I never watched football. I understood what the hell that was. Oh, yeah, man. WrestleMania Backlash is next weekend. This upcoming Sunday. We got 6 matches on it so far. We still got another 2 go-home shows from Raw and SmackDown. But let's run down the card here a little bit real quick. It's pretty much it's a slow news week, so I don't know how much else we got.
We're a 20-minute show this week, guys.
Yeah, we're about to do Who Wins Wrestling and wrap it up and go home.
Hot dog and a handshake.
But it looks like we got the triple threat match for the WWE Championship with Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Braun Strowman.
Yawn.
It's not a match I'm looking forward to.
Wow, have they slowed down Bobby Lashley's momentum? Like he's just, you get rid of the Hurt Business, he wins the title, and then basically just slow him down. Made no sense whatsoever. And I'm so, as good as he is, tired of Drew McIntyre. I am so tired of him.
Yeah, he needs a little refresher.
And his Claymore kicks are supposed to make him look like a face when he runs in the ring and the bad guy's not looking and he Claymores him. Oh, you're such a great good guy. You cheap shot artist.
Well, we talked about it last week where they're trying to make every face out to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. When it's not what, they do run-ins and hit the bad guys when they're not looking, and we're supposed to cheer them. And it's like, no, that's something a heel would do. That's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's just being a heel.
Yeah, well, it fits Steve Austin's character. You can't.
How was that? What was that? You got a little sound effect machine again? It cut out, but there you go. Hey, it's better than what I got.
Gotta get you a new soundboard.
Yeah,
no,
right.
I'm just saying though, like you treated Drew McIntyre like he's this valiant face. Like standing up to everybody, all this. And then he takes cheap shots on people. It's like, wait, that doesn't fit a character like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. So it just takes you out of the match, And then he kind of like helped Braun Strowman lose the week before. Like, it's like, wait, what? Like,
yeah, you can't attack heels in a heelish way and then attack a face. And we're supposed to cheer. Like, it doesn't make much sense. But
And then they put all the heavy lifting on the announcers trying to justify how much of a good guy he is all the time. It's like, no, dude, you can't say that cheap shot was great.
Or well-deserved or anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Bobby and Lashley will do it next week. And then they'll vilify him for doing the same thing.
Oh, that dirty cheat Bobby Lashley. By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, Pat McAfee did a great Vince McMahon impression on SmackDown. They didn't play it on SmackDown. It's on the YouTube channel now. Apparently, it was cut at the last minute, but if you get a chance, check it out on YouTube. He pulled up in the Bentley and got out in the light blue, like the baby blue suit with the red and yellow WWF WWE logo thing on the patch.
I definitely dig the blue suit, man. That was really cool. That was a nice touch.
Yeah, Pat McAfee is really good. I think another thing I was noticing was like whatever that like denim shirt that Michael Cole was wearing that had the like drawn WWE on it. Yeah, that was probably actually his shirt.
Probably.
Like he probably actually owned that shirt back then. Yeah. And was like, oh, I'm pulling it out. I'm going to wear it. It was definitely like he must have been like heavier or something because the shirt was like 2 sizes too big for him.
Yeah.
It was like a really big shirt.
A blouse. But yeah, man, definitely very cool. And check out that video if you get a chance. Back to the WrestleMania Backlash card. I hate calling it WrestleMania Backlash. I really wish I could just call it Backlash.
Just call it Backlash.
Well,
right?
It's all about branding, man. It's all about branding. They just want to make it like they just want to ride the coattails of the marketability from WrestleMania.
I guess, but I mean, they already have a brand in Backlash.
Right.
Like, if Backlash isn't good enough, don't call it a pay-per-view. Just have it on TV. I don't know.
AKA WrestleMania The Revenge.
Right.
Terrible.
And then
The Revenge of WrestleMania.
And then there's also a payback. There's everything you can say that's like, oh, there's a rematch from WrestleMania, and we're gonna do it again. But they did a WrestleMania rematch for Cesaro and Seth. Everything has been. We've already seen every rematch from WrestleMania.
For the last month,
Yeah.
it's been nothing but rematches.
They're going to do it again for SummerSlam. They're just building off of WrestleMania up until SummerSlam, and then after SummerSlam, we're going to get like Great Balls of SummerSlam and Extreme Rules SummerSlam, whatever. But yeah,
I thought it was just going to be called SummerSlam WrestleMania 2.
The WrestleMania of the summer.
WrestleMania 2, SummerSlam Boogaloo. Yeah, so for Backlash, we got Bianca Belair versus Bayley, which I actually think is going to be a really good match. I haven't been too crazy about the build-up, where Bayley's just laughing at her the entire time. But it fits Bayley's character. It's like Bayley just doesn't think she's a joke.
Really, really like Bayley's new move. I like that a lot. That move that she hit her with on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what it's called, but yeah.
It's like she steps inside of her arm and then face plant her.
Yeah.
Face paint.
Face paint.
She's like, no, you look like Sting.
The move is, can I see the manager?
She does look like a can I see the manager person.
Yeah.
Let me speak to your supervisor. How hard is your job?
How hard is it to take a food order? This is not what I ordered, miss. That's yeah. I'm seeing Bianca Belair retain.
Oh yeah.
I don't think any championships are changing hands on this card. I really don't see it going down that way. Lashley's probably retaining. We got the Raw Women's title on the line as well. Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. I would say Charlotte Flair just because they love putting belts on her, but I think Rhea Ripley's taking this. I think she's going to go for it still. The build up to this is weird as well.
I don't get the Sonya Deville thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they think they need to put Charlotte in the match, and then I mean, I'd rather just see Asuka and Rhea Ripley go at it again.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. They have a whole thing with Charlotte that's not even planned. They're just writing it by the seat of the pants, and I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go, if it's going to go anywhere.
Do you know how
we'll see.
You know how they would sell sea monkeys and there would be little magnifying glasses on the tank?
Yeah.
And then you could look in there. Just like that, I'm not seeing it, even when I'm looking.
Even with the little magnifying glass.
Right.
Just not seeing it at all.
I'm just not seeing it.
No. But we also got we definitely have Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, which is going to be fantastic. And this has actually been a solid build and everything. And I hope that this. I definitely think that Roman Reigns is winning, but I hope it doesn't end here. Like we saw with Jey Uso, they got a couple matches. Kevin Owens got a couple matches. I think you can definitely get at least 3 solid matches with Roman Reigns and Cesaro, which I'm fine with. Keep on doing it until he wins. Keep doing it till he wins, damn it.
I said, honestly, I think they're just building for this, and then he's going to wrestle, like I said, Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be his only match or they have at least another one after that, but I really see him going back in the direction of Seth Rollins. I just don't know who goes after Roman Reigns again because they actually, I don't know if you saw Talking Smack, but Kevin Owens kind of went and tried to throw his hat back in the ring for another match. So I don't know what's going on.
I mean, we got some time before SummerSlam. There's still a June pay-per-view, which I think is Money in the Bank, and July I think might be Payback. I don't remember. But,
WrestleMania Payback.
WrestleMania Payback, yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But this Roman Reigns has never had a bad match since he's won the title. So whatever they do, even if they keep on pumping out Cesaro, even if they go to Jimmy Uso, or if they go to somebody completely different, maybe Shinsuke.
I was just thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, if they start a Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura feud, that'd be hot. So it's in a place where nothing bad can happen because the Roman Reigns character is so good, and everybody to keep on putting him up against is so good, and the writing's been so good. That, it's going to be great. So definitely looking forward to that. Yes.
Just tell me if I'm confused or not, because on SmackDown, they had Rey Mysterio come out, and they had the thing say Rey Mysterio with Dominic Mysterio. And
did they really?
He came out to the ring with Dominic Mysterio, and they announced it like as if Rey was coming to the ring and Dominic was coming with him. Then the Dirty Dogs come out. Dolph Ziggler cuts this promo, and then Dolph Ziggler and Dominic have a match with each other. Why did it not say Dominic Mysterio with Rey Mysterio on the thing?
No one cares about Dominic Mysterio. Him and Sammy Guevara should be in a tag team called No One Cares.
It's like Sammy Guevara is Dominic Mysterio without the nepotism.
Just call them the Pandas, and they both come out in little panda costumes. Super skinny dudes with giant panda heads.
The Nobody Cares Bears.
Oh my goodness.
Dominic's talented. He just bores the hell out of me, and I think he gets way too much time on television compared to who else is sitting in that back room in SmackDown. I'm just bored with him. I'm over him.
Yeah, I mean it's exactly what Ziggler said in the promo. He's like, you're only here because of who your father is. You're only here because you're Ray's kid, and he's right. It's I know it's a heel promo on a scripted wrestling show, but it's 100% the truth. Like if that kid was on the Indies, you wouldn't look twice at him, let alone book him in WWE.
Let alone look once at him.
Yeah. Okay, great.
That hair choice that Dolph Ziggler be making, he really goes for it.
Yeah, man. He's always had some wild hair. Whatever. He's a tag team champion, and I'm not, so I'm not going to say anything.
Whatever.
Yeah, but those two teams are going at it at WrestleMania Backlash. We're going to have the Dirty Dogs versus the Mysterios for the tag team title.
Mysterios finally win. That's where the belt's going to change. If anything's going to change, the Mysterios are going to win.
So we will have a title change. We'll at least have that title change.
Yes.
Yeah. You never know.
Not saying it's going to be a good one, but.
Yeah, who knows, man? I like Ziggler and Rude. I really do. I think
I do too, man. I like them a lot.
I think everybody likes Ziggler and Rude. It's just WWE doesn't like Ziggler and Rude.
Well, it's the whole WWE doesn't like tag teams thing, so there's no real build here or anything like that, any storyline they can go after, and it's just going to be one of those things where they'll trade the belts back and forth and nobody will care in a month or, by next Friday. So.
Dirty Dogs.
Dirty Dogs. Yeah, man, you also got Big E and Apollo Crews in a rematch for the Intercontinental title.
Jesus.
And,
okay, sorry.
What is that?
One of my speakers just connected again.
Oh, okay. And you have Sheamus and Humberto Carrillo.
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 Worst.
Jason Derulo is teaming up and going against Sheamus. Jason Derulo. No, Humberto's going after the U.S. title. We were talking about this last week where we didn't know what the hell was happening, and they took something that could have been a really cool open challenge type of thing with some 205 Live guys or something like that, and they just kind of crapped all over it. And decided to end a very long winning streak in Mansoor, whatever his name is. Who cares anymore? Because he's 49-1. Good job. But there you go. That's the WrestleMania Backlash card. We got 7 matches so far. Who knows if they're going to add or change anything?
There'll be at least 2 last-minute matches on there.
Yeah. Probably.
It'll.
The way they've been doing it is they'll change something on Monday Night Raw, or they'll change something the day of, and it'll be all weird and confusing.
Probably the New Day versus AJ and Almost again, and then I'm not sure what else they'll do. AJ just finally returned back to television, so they'll probably try to get something out of that. Yeah, maybe Alexa Bliss will finally debut with her doll, and I don't know, her doll's gonna bite some chick. I don't know what that thing does. I don't get it.
They said something. It's like, oh, Lily has her eye on somebody, but I'm not gonna say who. So they're leading up to some kind of match, but they probably don't even know about it yet. So they probably didn't even read it.
I think it's Eva Marie, and then we get to watch.
All right.
Did she get in?
In the perverts match, we have Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie in a perverts only match. Keep that remote handy.
OnlyFans.
The OnlyFans match. All right, I think it's about that time, folks. We're gonna shine a spotlight on one person and one person only, or 2 people, or whatever we decide to pick. It's the segment we do every week, and it's called Who Wins Wrestling. Who wins wrestling? Blah, 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 blah. What do you guys got this week? Who wants to go? Who's got one?
I'm going with The Way. You have Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory are now getting involved with Karrion Kross in the title, which I have a weird feeling Karrion Kross is going to take the belt from Johnny, and they're going to make him the belt collector. And then you had the girls, Indy Hartwell and Candice Marie.
Candice LeRae.
Candice Marie. Totally different female wrestler. Candice LeRae won the titles in a hardcore match. It's tough to see Indy Hartwell as the title holder of anything, but it was a good match all around. And I like how they're pretty much running NXT. That's it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool, man. They did a good job, I thought. I thought it was a good hardcore match and everything. So good for them. They finally got the titles that they had for like what, a day? Was it that?
Yeah.
So yeah, good. For them.
They had them for like 1 minute. They're like, well, we like to present you with these belts. Nah, well, no, you can't have them. No,
can't have them. You got them for an hour. Corey, what do you got, man? Who wins wrestling?
Jimmy Uso.
Nice. What
a good way to return. And I already said all the stuff that I thought was amazing about him returning. I get like it adds a lot of drama to the thing. Everybody can relate to family. Everyone can relate to having somebody in their family that they don't want to like take orders from versus somebody who like they can benefit from or whatever. And he's like, dude, we're we're the best tag team. We can go win the titles and Roman can be that, whatever. Like it just felt cool.
Yeah. I agree. It's there's a million different ways you can go with this. I think it's great, and I've said it before that this feud, this whole story, everything it can do no wrong. It's been great. Yeah, definitely. It's all been said already. Yeah, Jimmy Uso, totally. Mine is I got to go with Mercedes Martinez because that's my girl. It's really cool that I don't think there's a more badass chick in NXT that you could put up against Raquel Gonzalez for the title, and it's looking like that's what they're they're going for. I don't know if they're heading up to some kind of takeover. I don't know when their next takeover is going to be. But yeah, it's eventually it's going to be Mercedes Martinez versus Raquel Gonzalez for the title, and I'm loving it. The brawl or whatever they had this week on NXT, slamming her into the boards and all that other stuff, that was really good. It was all really solid, and it's about damn time they put Mercedes Martinez in something worthwhile.
Yeah, with the title picture with Mercedes makes more sense than anything else.
Yeah. All right. That's about it, guys. That's all we got. Does anybody have any other news or anything?
Honorable mention to Ted DiBiase.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because Ted DiBiase, this whole Cameron Grimes, Ted DiBiase thing is fantastic.
It very much is. I love the outside the nightclub, they just have the overhead shot. Damn you, Ted DiBiase! That was great. That was perfect.
You're kind of tall. Maybe you can't hear me. And he starts jumping up, yelling at his ear, Cameron Grimes!
Oh, yeah. Cameron Grimes is fantastic, and I love that they brought DiBiase in for the whole thing. It's perfect. It's going really well. But yeah, I guess that'll be about it. Corey, you got anything you want to plug? You want to throw out there before we get out of here?
Oh, I got a new logo for my podcast.
Neat.
And
didn't you win something?
Oh yeah, I won the. Oh, want me to go get it?
Go get the belt.
Yeah, you maniac!
Go get.
I thought you'd be wearing it the whole time. Oh yeah, I just want a championship. Whatever.
Who cares? That's the title, yeah. But I got a new logo for my podcast, guys. While he's going to go and get that, I'm going to say, please subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the Rick Connor YouTube channel, which you can search on YouTube. RickConnor. That's my channel. Please subscribe there. Like and comment on all those videos. And check out WrestleRock.com, where you can see all the past episodes. Hang on, Corey. I'm doing my plugs now. You can see all the past episodes of Rassle Rock on YouTube and on audio format. And check out the merchandise store, where all of our stuff that you can buy is connected to a charity, so you're helping people out while you're wearing our stuff. And that's pretty cool. All right, go ahead, Corey. Let's see it now.
This is
we go.
The DCW No Limit Championship.
Very nice.
I really bruised my ribs real hard in the matches, and I've been breathing really easy, taking really short, easy breaths. But I'm good.
Okay, good.
I was on an airplane with bruised ribs and a mask. But
you gotta wear.
Yeah, I just did Forrest Gump's Principle. that was my impression of Forrest Gump's Principle.
Yeah. Your mama sure cares about your education. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing Philly's Funniest at Helium Comedy on Tuesday the 11th. So anybody wants to come support, see some stand-up comedy, vote for me and help me out with moving forward in Philly's Funniest. Absolutely happy to have you, and let me know you exist. Just like with everything, if you like this show, let us know you exist. Comment below if you're watching on Rick's YouTube. If you're subscribed to it on Apple Podcasts, leave a comment in a review, rate it, let us know that you like what we're doing, and we'll, have incentive to continue doing it.
Very cool.
Please support as much as you can is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. The match that Corey was talking about earlier, where he won the DCW title, that is going to be up on my YouTube channel either Thursday or Friday. So pretty much right after this video shows up on YouTube, you're going to be able to watch that match the next day or maybe the day after. So that's ready to go. or at least part one of that match. But yeah, because Cory had to do a double shot because he's a big superstar, so he had to wrestle twice on the show. So you're gonna see at least one of those matches. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it for this episode of Rassle Rock. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Please listen again next week. We have WrestleMania Backlash. Our coverage is coming. We're going to do a live watch along like we do every pay-per-view. So definitely check that out. But that'll be
also, yes. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day. Everybody who's a mom, thanks for carving out some of your time to, be a mom and all that junk. That's nice.
Mom, thank you for pumping me out. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you for dropping a child and then naming it me. That'll be about it for this episode of Rassle Rock. I'm Rick Connor.
Mark Hallbucker.
Corey Castle.
And let's take it out like we always do with Mr. Nick Burke.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Join us again for another episode of Rassle Rock. This has been Jay Davis speaking.